We are jumping straight into today's video, which is my kitchen deep cleaning. Now, when it comes to deep cleaning, I zone clean. So I have my home broken down into 6 zones. My kitchen is zone number 2 for me. So right here you can see that I have already, hopefully you can see that I have already cleaned out my refrigerator. The other thing that I have already done is I gave my pantry a quick tidy. So typically I do my zone cleaning on Tuesdays, but on Sunday, that is the day of the week that I do like a weekly prep. And so on Sundays, one of the things that I normally do is I clean out the kitchen refrigerator. Now, when I do it on Sundays, I'm just getting rid of like old leftovers and cleaning up anything that's like an obvious spill. But because I knew that I was going to be doing my zone cleaning this week in here, I decided that on Sunday, when I was doing my quick wipe through of the kitchen, that I would go ahead and do a little bit of a deeper clean. So when I was in here on Sunday, I pulled the things out of the refrigerator. I wiped everything down. I threw things away that were expired. I just kind of did, a really good clean out. I did the same thing in the pantry. I went through, got rid of some things, did a little bit of decluttering, and just make sure everything was straightened up. So now you are caught up. Today, this is actually Monday. I know I mentioned that I do my zone cleaning on Tuesday, but this day is Monday. I'm not actually doing any deep cleaning this particular day. I just decided to include a few things in this video because they were kitchen related. So this was a Monday after I had picked up groceries. I kind of showed you that I had a few groceries on the counter. I had a grocery order that I picked up, and when I went to put some things away, I realized that this cabinet was a little out of control. So I took a few minutes and I pulled some things out, and I just gave this spice cabinet just a quick tidy. I did not spend long doing this, but like I said, I needed to be able to get everything put away because I had just gotten groceries, so it just made sense to go ahead and do this. The other thing that you may have noticed is that I had pots and pans all over my kitchen counter. That was really my main tasks for this day. We had gotten some new kitchen pots and pans, and I was going to spend this day trying to figure out how to put them away in my kitchen. So I already had a set of pots and pans. Obviously, I don't need 2 sets. So this particular day, my main task, like I said, was to get these things washed and dried and put away. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about the pots and pans because I haven't used them for very long, and so I'm still kind of forming my opinion about them, but it's a set of pots and pans, it was a set of knives, and a set of bakeware. So I had a lot of things that I'm going to have to pull out. In my mind, I was going to actually show you the process, but I ended up getting very overwhelmed. So when I was actually going through the process of taking the old things out and putting the new things in and trying to make it work, I turned the camera off. Again, I was just overwhelmed, and I just needed to do it off camera and just get it done. The bummer though is that I forgot to show you guys the after. So I will just have to do that in another video. So right here you can see I'm just gathering up all of the new cookware and I'm going to wash it. Again, this is not my actual zone cleaning. This was just some kitchen stuff that I thought I would include in this video because I was in the kitchen. So one other thing that you saw me do before I started doing this is I was wiping out my microwave. So I have my zone cleaning tasks broken down into I have monthly zone cleaning tasks, and I say monthly loosely. My zones, they actually cover 6 weeks. So I'm on a 6 weeks rotation, and there's not 6 weeks in a month. So it's actually every 6 weeks. And then I also have some quarterly tasks. The way I have my zones broken down though is every zone I have a list of tasks that is the same, and then each room has a few tasks that are specific to that room. The kitchen is definitely the biggest zone. It has the most tasks. And so the way I approach this is Some of the tasks that are specific to the kitchen, I don't always do them on the day that I am doing my zone cleaning. A lot of times I will just stack these tasks onto something that I'm already doing while I'm in the kitchen. So like this day, you saw me clean out the microwave. I was already in the kitchen. I was already wiping things down. And so it was an easy day for me to just add that one little task. In this video, you are not going to see me clean do a deep clean on my coffee makers. The reason is because that is a task that I usually just kind of stack on something else. So the way I usually do that is if there's an afternoon when I'm in the kitchen doing some baking or something like that, or maybe an evening where I'm cooking dinner and I'm waiting on something, I will do that kind of task while I'm already in the kitchen. So the tasks that I have for zone cleaning that I have in each zone are basically to clean the room from top to bottom. So I always start with dusting cobwebs and vents. Then I dust light fixtures and fans. Then I dust blinds and windowsills. Then I dust any wall decor. The next thing I'm going to do is wipe down doors, switches, and plates. Then I'm going to wet dust any furniture and decor. And then I'm going to dust baseboards, vacuum, and mop. So this is going to look a little bit different in the kitchen. When I say wet dust furniture and decor, in here it really just means things that are on my kitchen counters. So like my mixer, canisters, things like that. So those are the tasks that I have for each room. The kitchen specific tasks that I have are to clean the microwave and toaster, descale the coffee maker, clean out the fridge and freezer, straighten the pantry, disinfect the dishwasher, wipe appliances, wipe backsplash, wipe cabinet fronts, clean hood range, and then deep clean the trash can. Another thing on this list is to disinfect garbage disposal. We don't currently have a garbage disposal right now, but I know a lot of people do. So that is definitely something that I would have on that list. So that first set of tasks that I have for each room, those are the things that I will typically do on my Tuesday when I'm doing my zone cleaning. And then the extra tasks that I have that are room specific, those are the things that I try to habit stack when I'm already in my kitchen. So I hope that makes sense. Here is the before of the cookware that I already had in here. Again, I do apologize that I don't have the after. The good news though is that I did make it work. I did a little bit of decluttering and I packed up all of the other dishes and put them in the attic for now so I can decide what I'm going to do. All right, so now this is Tuesday and I am actually working on zone cleaning. So again, I am starting at the top of the room and I have my duster out and I am going to dust. I'm doing like cobwebs and vents. That is my goal right now, is to just go across the top of everything and get everything clean. While I'm up here, you can see now I am doing lights. So that is one of the next things on my list. Again, my goal is to just start at the top of the room and work my way down. Now, as we are standing in the kitchen, you are going to see all of this wallpaper. You are also going to see that we have holes in the ceiling. We are working on some renovations and it has been very, very slow. But I am very excited to share with you that this is the last time you are going to watch me clean this kitchen and have to look at this wallpaper. So at the end of this video, I included some clips where we are taking down wallpaper and painting and things like that. We've also done some other things. It's still a very slow process, but we are making progress. So that is super exciting. The next thing I'm doing is I am going to dust these blinds. The blinds in this house, they get so dusty. My favorite way to clean them is just with a Swiffer. I go through each slat one at a time. I do this every month and it does a really good job at cleaning the blinds. These are new blinds that we put in the house, so thankfully they didn't have like any nasty, dirty buildup on them. So my goal has really just been to keep these clean, and this has been working really well. All right, so now you're going to see me dust wall decor. So I'm just going to go around the room and I'm going to dust the things that are on the walls. And then I'm going to wipe down doors, light switch plates, and outlet covers. Now I'm just going to give everything on my counters a nice wipe down. I wipe my kitchen counters every night when I'm cleaning the kitchen, but I don't always move every single thing unless it's like super obvious that there's something that needs to be wiped up. So when I'm doing my zone cleaning, I like to make sure that I'm doing a very thorough cleaning of all of these things. You can see I dumped out my like spatulas and things, and I'm wiping my utensil holder out, and now I'm going to go around and I'm going to wipe down the backsplash. Alright, so since I had my microfiber cloth in my hand already, it made sense for me to go ahead and wipe down these kitchen cabinets, just like the fronts of the cabinets. Now, when I was doing my dusting, I did kind of dust the top a little bit. Now, I will say that because we were doing renovations, I didn't do a good job on the very top of the cabinets, and that is just because I just didn't. But I will in the future as we get further into our renovations. But I did start at the top when I was doing when I was doing cobwebs and things like that. I did knock off most of the dust up there. So now when I'm wiping things down, I'm not really wiping dust down. I'm actually wiping like spills and things like that. So like I said, since I was already wiping things down, it made sense to just do this next. Already wiping things down, so again I'm going to go ahead and wipe down the fronts of my appliances while I'm in the mode of just wiping things down. Alright, so the day before I already wiped out the microwave. Today I'm going to go ahead and do the toaster oven. Now, I will be perfectly honest and tell you that I typically do this once a week. I don't usually just do this during my zone cleaning. This toaster oven gets used a lot, and so I definitely have to clean it more than once every 6 weeks. But for some of you, you don't have a family that's home all day using this multiple times a day. You're not going to have to necessarily clean yours as much as I clean mine. But I do have this on the zone cleaning list, and so I went ahead and cleaned it today. This is one thing though, that because it's stainless steel, I usually have to wipe the outside of it with a stainless steel cleaner. Otherwise, it just kind of looks really grody. I don't do that every week, but I do like to do that when I'm doing my zone cleaning. It just makes it look nice and clean. Another task you did not see me do is to disinfect or do like a deep clean on the dishwasher. I like to do that as soon as I get up in the morning and get it emptied. So once it's emptied, I run the clean cycle on it, and then as the day goes, we can put our dishes in the dishwasher. All right, so now it's time to clean out the trash can. It is actually not bad this time because a few days before this, we had like a major spill happen with the garbage can and I had to clean it out. But I just went ahead and did it again because, it's a garbage can and you can't really clean garbage cans too frequently. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the garbage can. My next task is to clean the filter that goes to the hood above our stove. So you can see right here, there's definitely some grease built up in here. I'm not sure that I've cleaned this since we've lived here, and that's really just because I haven't really used it, but obviously I have. So anyway, what I'm doing is I spray it down with Dawn Power Wash, and then I just let it sit. So while I'm letting it sit, that is when I'm going to come over here and I'm going to clean the actual hood. Now, funny story. My husband was home this day. We had some bad weather this day, and so he worked from home. And he went to Lowe's while I was doing this to go get something. And while he was at Lowe's, he found a new hood to go right here. It was on a special sale. It was nicer than the hood we had picked out. It was much less expensive than the one we had picked out, so he bought it. So I literally cleaned this. He came home and then put in a brand new hood. So yeah, I definitely felt like I wasted my time, but that is okay. Obviously, I didn't know that's what was going to happen, but anyway, I just found it to be very funny. So that is actually what spurred our kitchen renovation process. So we have been wanting to do the tile backsplash, but in order to do the tile backsplash, we needed a new hood. So since we got the new hood, it just seemed like we should go ahead and start getting the wallpaper down and start this process. Now, we still have a lot to do in the kitchen. You're going to see in the next, there's a little bit you're going to see in this video, but you're not going to see a lot in this video. But we have done, some things in the kitchen, and it is definitely coming together. I'm very happy with the progress that we've made, but we still have a lot to do. I've mentioned that we're doing all these renovations, like we're paying cash for them, we're doing them ourselves. My husband works full time, and so it just takes time. So our ceiling is still a mess. I don't know how long the ceiling is going to be a mess, but I'm super excited that I'm not going to be looking at wallpaper anymore. I'm going to stop rambling, and now we are going to dust baseboards. So in the kitchen, I don't have a lot of baseboards in here, but I do like to take my Swiffer and just kind of go through and dust everything off really well. You can see my little Leo. He is hanging out with Mama for the time being. He usually is underfoot for the most part, unless I get the vacuum cleaner. So once the vacuum cleaner comes out, he is out of here. A lot of times you won't see him on camera. Sometimes he's kind of just off to the side, or maybe he will be upstairs with my son if he's doing school or whatever, but he's usually not too far from Mama. All right, so right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take up this rug and I'm going to move it because I'm going to clean my floors. So when I'm doing my regular weekly cleaning, I don't pick up rugs, but when I'm doing my zone cleaning, I like to pick up the rugs so that I can make sure that when I vacuum and mop, I'm getting under where that rug is. So I just said underwear. I said under where the rug is. Yeah, that was funny. So I'm going to vacuum in here, and then I'm going to mop. I am going to be using my Shark steam mop. I've got 3 different kind of mops that I like to use from time to time. So sometimes you will see me use it's an old Rubbermaid mop, but it's got like a microfiber pad on it, and the microfiber pad is it's an e-cloth pad. I don't know why that word wasn't coming to me, but it's an e-cloth pad. I like to use that when I'm just kind of doing a quick mop. Sometimes I will get out my spin mop. I do like the spin mop, but here lately I've really been enjoying using a steam mop. These floors, I just find that this does a really good job on them. This is actually linoleum. It's not tile, but it does a really good job on these floors, and I feel like it makes the floors feel the cleanest. So that is why I have been gravitating towards this recently. I do feel like it takes a little bit longer just because you have to let it heat up, and then I feel like I have to kind of go slow, but I don't know. I still think it's worth it because it does a really good job. once I am done mopping, that is going to wind up my zone cleaning or deep cleaning for my kitchen. But when I'm done mopping, I'm going to show you some behind the scenes of what we are doing here in the kitchen. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys. Alright, so right here you can see I already took the wallpaper, well, most of the wallpaper down behind the stove. And then I just kind of decided that, you know what, my husband's going to do the backsplash. I'm going to get this wallpaper down because I am tired of looking at it. So I spent 2 days, like 2 whole days, working on this wallpaper. It was a beast. The walls were a mess when we were done, or when I was done, I should say. I did do all of this myself, but it was totally worth it. So I got all of the wallpaper down, and then my husband, he patched the walls, and then I spent a day priming, and then the next day I did some painting. So I decided to paint, you're going to see here in just a minute, I decided to paint the backsplash on the other side of the kitchen. We are starting with the backsplash on the stove side. That's the only one we're going to do right now. And then when we have more time, we will do the other side. But in the meantime, I decided I would just paint the backsplash on the sink side of the kitchen just so that it looks a little bit better. Like I said, we're doing this slow. We're doing this as we have time. We're doing this as we can afford things, blah, blah, blah. But I just wanted you guys to know that this is real life. We are not one of those families that comes in and just, gets a house and does all the things super fast. We have to fit this in as we can. But it is something that I won't say I enjoy it. I enjoy the end result. So here's what it looked like. The thing that I don't really like is that it would look a whole lot nicer and cleaner once I paint if I could come in and caulk around that part of the counter that's right there. But we've decided not to do that because we're going to have to get that off of the wall before we can put the backsplash up. Right here I'm just showing you guys that it's a mess. My kitchen was like this for days. It was horrible. But anyway, there's like 2 kinds of wallpaper. This was serious. But anyway, I'm super excited for the progress. You guys are not going to get to see the after in this video. You are going to have to come back and I will share it to you in a video soon. But I'm super excited with the progress, and I hope that you guys are excited that when I'm filming in here, it's going to look a little bit prettier. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new to my channel and not already subscribed, please consider subscribing down below. If you guys have any questions about zone cleaning, let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon.